Okay, so part 2 of painting Kal-El. After, unfortunately the live stream failed again. So we're going to carry on with our paint scheme. We're going to carry on with the gold. Finish off the gold on the helmet and her armour, and then we are good to do the final parts of the miniature, so we're not a billion miles off. Okay, so going back to my small brush again. But at the end of that first part, Chris was on the chat talking about the lore behind, which he does so well for all of the miniatures that we've been painting. And the moon, what do you call them? Basically, Maris's people were at war with Kal-El's, and I've actually forgotten what he called these mounts, these kind of velociraptor chameleon creatures. They were basically outcast by the Maris's people, and then Kal-El's people, which I don't know what they're called, the Kal-El's people, basically took them up. So they're now like allies, if you like. And of course, this is mirrored in Kal-El's cards, because a lot of her movement, she got really fast movement because of her mount. So it's really cool to have that lore in there of why. Ooh, I'll try and get in there. Cool. Yeah, she's got quite a lot of bling on her, which is rather cool. So I'll try and replicate those things. Yeah, a lot of gold. Love this gold. Absolutely love this gold. It's just given such a nice vibrancy. Try and do a little bit of gold in the middle there. Okay, now we've got some gold on here. So, and then we go to the helmet, the hat, the headwear. And let's keep going with this. So that is gold. I think all of that's gold, actually. And so is this, but I'm going to just keeping the orange detail on the inside, obviously, just going over the outside. Whoops. The detail with the gold. I thought this miniature was going to be fun to paint, and it sure is. It's a fantastic miniature to paint. Real fun. Oops. Bit on the skull itself there. Okay. Gold, gold, gold. Another bit of gold? Nah. Just maybe a little bit around. Around the blowpipe. Tiny bit on there as well. Let's just break up the browns a little bit with the gold. Okay, so there she is so far. Oh, just a little bit down here as well. That is, oh no, nearly. I've got some gold on the leg there. Again, I'm not too fussed about. If I can just. Whoop. Hang on. Oh god, this is where it all goes wrong. Just try and get the gold detail best I can. Right, okay, so we are we're good for the gold. It's looking really nice. I'm really chuffed. Snakebite leather. I'm going to use a bit of snakebite leather now for the saddle. Go back to my size 0. Get some paint onto that. And just going to paint the whole thing in this colour. If you wanted two-tone on where the detail is, you could go with maybe your Agorist Dunes. That'd be quite a nice colour to go in with. And the snakebite leather. I think that would certainly work. But I think just you're letting the model do all the work and the contrast paints. What's that? That is same colour as well. Okay, so That's snakebite leather. On the saddle. Oof. Oh, that's a bit of a... Okay. Moving on to... What's next then? Next will be... Let's put the Iyanden yellow onto the gold and see if it helps make it pop a little bit. So next, Iyanden yellow. And what this will hopefully do is give it, number one, give it some contrast, as the name of the paint suggests, of course. Without losing its vibrancy. Also, if you missed any bits with the metal, the yellow will just soak into it, so it'll mask those mistakes, as it were. Don't go on too thick because you want the metallic still to run through the miniature. I'll do the saddle last. Give that snakebite leather a chance to dry. Yeah, that's going to cut. You can already see the effect of it now on the tail. Give it a nice bright gold effect. What I'm doing there, just going over the eye completely. It's a bit silly. This is such a cool model. I love it. I knew it was going to be fun to paint, but I didn't think it'd be this much fun. This is one of my favourite SFB miniatures I've painted yet. Absolutely fantastic it is. Brilliant. Oops. No, that's fine. I think. Yeah, brilliant. To be honest, I think these detail parts are less needed for this contrast overlay, but I think it still makes a little bit of a difference. So I think it's still worth doing. And to be honest, I'm just going to go in. Yeah, I think I might just go in with the whole lot. Yeah. So we'll just reinstate that orange as a bit more of a brighter effect, which isn't a bad thing at all. That's onto the hair parts. And again, any bits that you've kind of missed with this, the contrast will just pick up. Oops, or just paint over the hair in its totality. which is not what I wanted. Oh, it's getting quite difficult now. I was just doing these last bits. I've got a few little mistakes to put over those ones. So hang on, I just went over this bit here, so let's just try and mop that up a little bit. It's not the end of the world. I can always just go over it again, which I probably will do. Just get a bit of apothecary white. Get some wraithbone. Just touch it up. Make sure it's looking alright. Right, let's go into the saddle now. I'll do that last bit of gold. Okay, I think that's the metal work done. Bits to touch up yet. We are certainly getting there. Right, straps around his feet, or her feet. Sorry, I keep saying his. The straps around her feet be like a reddy brown. So let's do that. Let's mix in a reddy brown. So we'll do wildwood and some red. I'm going to use Blood Angels red. Mix a little bit of those each. And these are going to go over the feet. Nice. Yeah, she's looking awesome. Right, we do need to do some touch up now. So starting with getting the Wraithbone base again. And again, just do areas rather than just splodges, because I want to go over with the apothecary white again, so obviously make it uniform. So I'm just making sure that's all fine. That's good. Where else was it? The nails as well. Let's sort them out while I've got the white out. Because that'll be picked up with the contrast paints, especially when I'm doing the skeleton horde for the nails. Any bits that have been painted over will certainly not come out right. Okay, so that's nails. Now the eyes. So I'm going to go smaller brush. I want to do her eyes, and I want to do the chameleon's, the mount's eyes as well. That one's fine, actually. Okay, so going on to her eyes now. Ooh, that's not good. Let's make sure we got moisture on that. Okay, so now she's got her eyes ready to get going. I might just give a little dip of white into here, because I really want the orange to pop on the skeleton eyes. What else? This has gone over, so I'm going to redo that part. I'm not happy with that. And maybe parts of her hair went great, weren't they? So I'm just going to go like that. Like that. In fact, that could just be a little bit of a highlight idea, couldn't it? Just use a little bit of this wraith bone just to pick up some highlights in the hair. Won't do any harm. White. I think that's about it. I'm just looking at the flights now. Maybe a tiny bit of work on the flights. Yeah, it's not too bad. Okay. So the chameleon's eyes got a tiny little orangey look to them. Tiny little orange look. So let's go in with the orange. First of all. Oh, actually. Just a tiny bit there. Got it? Oops. So again, the small brush coming in. Griff Hound Orange as the paint of choice. God, with an eye so small, just spent a little orange dot will probably do it. That'll do. Let's get the orange on these eyes. Orange on the skull's eyes, as it were. And then she's got kind of green, a very light green, light yellow, yellowy green eyes. So let's try and replicate that. We're going to use Warp Lightning Green and Ayandan Yellow. And Ayandan Yellow. And we're going to go in with some contrast medium to make it really a lot lighter. Not tons, just a tiny bit of contrast medium. Just to make it a little bit lighter. Okay. Oops. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. We'll get some pupils in there, show direction, and then I think that should be alright. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Right, now we've got... I think I might black line. If I can find my black. A bit of black Templar on the eyebrows. Hey Chris, welcome back. Yeah, it's looking alright. It's looking alright. I'm pretty pleased. I can't tell you, it's really, really fun to paint. She is. What I'm going to try and do here. Is you literally use the edge of my brush to kind of... That might have been too far away from the eye. To give her eyes some of that black shadowing. I think we need to go right into the eye there. That's too much, isn't it? That's pretty worked, actually. Let's have a little look. Yeah, cool. I know it's quite dark as eyeshadow, but I kind of want that. I want the eyes to be really extenuated. Yeah, you know what? I'm quite happy with that. She's also got some kind of tattoos on her face, some little like marks, war marks almost. So yeah, that's... I think what I'm going to do is get the Militarum green and just chuck in a bunch of contrast medium, thin it right down, and just try and do a bit of freehand marks to show these marks that are on the art. I mean, they are very faint anyway, so... Yeah, I'll do that. Give the impression of it, I think. Yeah. That's cool. Should we try and do these two black pupils then? I think how I'm going to do it is I'm actually going to use the Black Templar Contrast and just try and do a dot in the eyes. So we want to be there we go. Oh, perfect. Can I do the other one as well? She might be a bit cross-eyed, but how's she looking? That's a pretty cool face. Pretty chuffed with that. Right, cool. Next, what have we got going on? Oh, it seems to have got green all over them. Huh. Then when that happened, it's just a bit of touch up. Not happy about. And to be honest, it's in a good position because it will just be like natural highlights for the hair. So I'm just looking at the green that's managed to get onto there somehow. And there we go. And we can just, if we do all the hair the same, I can act like a natural highlight. So that's absolutely no problem at all. And also, the hair to the side of her face has got the skin tone on it. Just going to smarten that up a little bit. Being careful still, obviously, to not ruin the face, sorry, which I've just spent a while doing. Better. What a great minute. And that's nearly done. I think we just need to do the skeleton horde on the toes. Toenails, sorry. I generally feel a little bit sad about finishing these miniatures, I gotta be honest. I've enjoyed painting them so much. Get in there, get in there. And this is just pure skeleton horde. I'm going to do it on the toe, on the nails here. Fingernails, toenails. There's grass all over that one, so that's why that's like that. Perfect. And the mouth, maybe need to do something there. I might just put a bit of skeleton horde in the middle there. That'll do. Nails done. So it's just the base, I think. And that is Kalel done. And we're on 34 minutes of this, so that's about an hour and 50 minutes to paint that miniature. Oh, she is cool. She's very cool. Ah, there's a missing bit up there. Might as well get that one done while we recognise it. So a bit warp lightning green, a bit Militarian green. A bit of contrast medium. I think we're good to go. Might not have used quite as much. Yeah, that's perfect. It was just that one there. I might do a bit of details on these ones. Needs a bit more. That's too much contrast medium. Bit of detailing on the leaves, just to finish it off. Oops. Nice. So we've got a bit of detailing on there as well, just by going over it with the rest. I think Kalel is complete. Obviously the base is yet to do, so let's crack on and finish that. So we'll start with, let me just check. Now I would say, no, it's mud. I was going to say this is mud and then stone. I think I will. I think I'll do stone and mud, just to have a bit of a contrast between the different ones. So starting with Agaros Dunes. So this is my classic Super Fancy Brawl colour mix for the base. And then Kalel will be ready to battle. I was also I was hoping to live stream some of the online play for Super Fancy Brawl, but again for the same reasons I can't enter the tournament. I can't stream it either. I just can't do it during the times that it's running, unfortunately. But I enjoyed it when I was doing the old French League final and the casual tournament. It's good fun. I think this is actually mud rather than stone up here. The mud goes up here and down there. Okay, so that's the mud done. What's it going to do? Let's move. Might as well go straight onto it. Basilicanum Grey, which I actually realised I've not used in this entire paint job. I think that's the first Super Fancy Brawl miniature I've not used this colour. Obviously because we've done the gold. Oh, that's mud there on that side, I think. I'll tell you what I watched. I binge watched last night Cobra Kai. I'm a massive Karate Kid fan from a kid and as an adult. It's just one of my childhood films, and my God, that series is amazing. Mostly as a nostalgia kick, but it's a really well done series as well. Oh, loved it. So I consumed something like 4 hours of it, which is about, well, not quite 4 hours, 3 hours, so about 6 episodes. So good. But there are so many series to watch at the moment. It's crazy. Mandalorian, I'm actually really enjoying that too. Sometimes it's quite hard to see which bits are grass and which bits are stone. It might be stone actually. And we're going to do some more Agaros mud over that side, which I've put somewhere. Where have I put Agaros? Dunes. There it is. Agaros dunes to break up the stone. Okay. Getting there. Nearly done. This is coming up to pretty much 2 hours now. And then the grass is going to be warp lightning green. And while I let that dry a little bit, I noticed with my sulker that I forgot a grass patch. I don't know how I didn't notice this. So let's rectify that straight away. That's better. Just work on a couple of bits there. Yeah, so for example, some of the paint's come off the edges there where I've been picking up the miniature at the end of her, whatever they are, daggers, things. I mean, it's not a horrendous amount of paint that's gone, but just little parts of it have come off because I didn't varnish it. So it's definitely worth a varnish. I'll have to do that soon on my miniatures. Oh, well done. Whoops. I'm getting there on these grass tufts. In a way, they're quite hard to paint because they're so spiky and so defined. You've got to try and get the paint in between. That's sometimes quite hard to do. Without completely ruining it. If you spent time and you're happy with the miniature. And that is those grass tufts. And let's not forget about the grass tuft that's all in his foot. Or her foot. I don't know what the mount is, which gender the male the mount is. Awesome. That's really quite cool. Awesome. And that is Kalel complete. Awesome. Okay. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, it's pretty epic. I'm not gonna lie. It's taken a long time, but as I said, it's been real fun. So sometimes painting can feel a little bit like a chore if you're trying to complete things really quite quickly. But this was not the case at all. So just to show you, let's put them all together in a little group shot. So you're not part of it. The big boys at the back, a bit like a school team photo. So many of them. 15, I guess, isn't there? And there they are. In Kalel, the latest edition. So a real awesome time painting all of those. Oops, hang on a sec. And there is the, there they are in all their glory. So thanks for tuning in to watch the painting series of Super Fancy Brawl. When the new ones come out, I will be sure to be recording them as well. Live streams of those. And I wanted to do a few more live streams of the solo mode that I created for Super Fancy Brawl, because I just want to keep trying some different combos of teams and all the rest of it. So I'm really keen to get that going. So that's going to be happening as well. Obviously, the next lot, as you can see them lined up here, is going to be Black Rose Wars. I think this is going to be the next character on the painting list, which is Bronte from Black Rose Wars. So tune in to see some Black Rose Wars painting as we wait, as well as some Lord of the Rings strategy battle game miniatures as well. So plenty for me to get on with. And then in the new year, we've got Solomon Kane, which is going to be just a stupid amount of plastic to paint. Solomon Kane, and then finally Joan of Arc, maybe a bit later on. So lots to look forward to, lots to paint. Really looking forward to it. But I am going to miss these figures until the next one comes through. I really am. But until next time, please do comment, like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. I know.